Hey guys, today I'm going to be doing a book review on The Death of Mrs. Westaway by Ruth Ware. In Ruth Ware's The Death of Mrs. Westaway, we follow a young woman named Hal who is down on her luck. She does tarot readings that don't provide much profit, and she's in trouble with a loan shark. She has no money to spare. But one day, Hal receives a mysterious letter bequeathing her a substantial inheritance from her grandmother. The only thing is, her grandparents have been dead for more than 20 years. Not understanding why she received this letter, and in desperate need of money, Hal makes a trip to the Westaway family estate. Hal realizes things aren't adding up, and that the inheritance might not really be hers, and events lead Hal to uncover dark and disturbing secrets about the Westaway family. Yay, another hit from Ruth Ware, at least to me anyway. Seriously, Ruth Ware is just kind of quickly becoming a new favorite author for me, especially in the mystery thriller genre. I've just really enjoyed all her books so far. I've not read her first book, which was In a Dark, Dark Wood. I have recently bought that, and I'm dying to get to it, so that way I kind of have the complete collection of Ruth Ware. I've not read that yet. I freaking loved The Woman in Cabin 10. That was awesome. And then I had some mixed feelings about The Lying Game. But yeah, The Death of Mrs. Westaway. Yeah, because of my mixed thoughts with The Lying Game, I was kind of a little concerned going into this book. But whoo, I loved this book, you guys. On Goodreads, I did end up giving this book 5 stars, and you may be thinking, 5 stars? Wow, this book must be amazing and mind-blowing and perfect and whatnot. Yeah, my 5 stars is not because this is a perfect book. If anything, this book is not perfect. It does have a few little issues in it. There's several moments that are a little bit confusing more than anything, that I kind of had to sit and think about it. And then yeah, those confusing things, by the time you finish the book, it's kind of like, well, did Ruth Ware ever really answer this question? And then yeah, what was up with this scene? What was up with this scene? What was up with that character? So yeah, there are a few confusing moments. There are a few things that kind of happen that it's like, wait, did we ever fully resolve that? So yeah, this book isn't perfect, but the reason I give it 5 stars is mostly just because of the pure entertainment value I got from it. Just non-stop things going on. The pacing was really well done. Some people might find this a bit slow and a bit dull in places, but because yeah, I mean there is a lot of action in some ways, but the action is a bit more slow and subtle, which I kind of really liked. It kind of just built up that tension and suspense in some ways. So yeah, my 5 stars is mostly just due to the entertainment value I got, just how well written it was in general. And I think what I love about Ruth Ware's thrillers, her mysteries, you know, there is the mystery thriller element going on, but she also takes her time to build up her leading characters, you know. Her characters are not kind of these one-dimensional beings. They're a bit more fleshed out and developed, and you really get to know them, whether for good or ill, you know. Some of her characters you'll love, some of her characters you'll hate, but yeah, they'll at least be fleshed out enough that you understand them and you either sympathize or you don't. And Ruth Ware also does a remarkable job with just suspense in general. There's, in all of her books, and especially this book, I mean, there's just some moments that I was like, oh my god, what's going to happen next? I need to know what's happening next. And another thing that's required with any good mystery is that you need to be questioning everything, you know? And Ruth Ware definitely gives you plenty to ponder and think about, and yeah, some moments that are red herrings, just a lot of little subtle things, you know, things that kind of go back to the very beginning, and then you're like, oh, and then yeah, you start putting those pieces together. So yeah, just in general, she really weaves together a captivating thriller and a mystery and just all these little tiny elements coming together in unexpected ways. And just to talk about the main character, Hal, really quickly, she's this young woman. I want to say she's like 20 years old. She's given an age in this book, and I believe it's 20 years old. So she's very young. But despite how young she is, she's been through a hell of a lot in her life already. Her mother has recently died. She's in some severe financial issues because, yeah, she even goes to a loan shark, which you know how that's gonna go. It's not gonna go down pretty, yeah, guys. So yeah, one day Hal, she kind of just receives this mysterious letter saying, hey, come to the Westaway family estate and get this inheritance and whatnot. And yeah, Hal thinks this is a mistake, you know, because it's saying that it's from her grandmother, but as far as she knows, her grandmother has been dead for a while. So what's up with this letter just kind of coming out of nowhere? So yeah, Hal kind of puts the pieces together and kind of realizes, wait a minute, I think this letter has gotten to me by mistake. There's been some sort of confusion and mix up. But Hal, like I said, she has gone to a loan shark. She's in some serious financial issues. So yeah, she's like, I'm just gonna take this risk. I'm gonna go. What other choice do I have? So yeah, she goes to receive this inheritance, knowing that she's doing the wrong thing. She's being dishonest, but the thing is, she feels very bad about it. She knows full and well what she's doing. She's not doing things maliciously, you know. She knows good and well that the line has been crossed, but what else can she do? She's in a very severe predicament with the loan shark. And yeah, this mysterious inheritance just kind of falls out of nowhere. It's very convenient and perfect for her right when she needs it. So yeah, that's what I like about Hal as a character in this novel, because I definitely found myself sympathizing with her, and she's not a bad person, you know. She's doing things, but she knows that she's doing wrong. You know, she's not like a psychopath. You know, she's not a psychopath that she doesn't think that she's doing wrong. She knows good and well that she's doing wrong. She feels guilty about it, which is a big thing. So yeah, I mean, that leaves you feeling sympathy for her, and you as the reader really wanting just something good to happen for her in her life. And in some ways, what this novel is about, more than anything, you know, just the circumstances that she kind of comes into with this mysterious letter and whatnot, and how she kind of gets wrapped up into this greater mystery. I mean, this novel is also really a story about her as a young woman, and her really discovering her strengths, because she's always kind of focused on her weaknesses more than anything. And so this novel is about her really finding who she is inside, discovering her real identity, literally and figuratively at times. And yeah, kind of discovering what she is capable of doing, the things that she never knew she was capable of doing. And aside from Hal, who is the leading protagonist of this novel, I just really liked the whole other group of characters as well. The whole Westaway family, the Westaway family, they were all pretty hilarious. I mean, just think of just any normal family, you know, family with squabbles and drama and issues with each other. Yeah, the Westaways definitely have their squabbles and issues with each other. I especially love the three Westaway siblings who are they're all brothers. I really like their dynamic with each other as brothers, and then I also really like their individual relationships with Hal. Just all of those relationships go in really unique ways and unexpected ways too. And each character just comes at Hal in a different way. You know, there's the characters who are, you know, kind of antagonistic towards Hal. There's the characters that come at her with maybe a more paternal or maternal kind of thing to them, you know, especially with, that's what, like I said, she's her mother has died recently, and that's kind of something she's looking for as well, as some sort of paternal figure, whether that be a mother or a father or whatever. So yeah, overall, you guys, I really loved Ruth Ware's The Death of Mrs. Westaway. Just, for me personally, a really captivating mystery thriller. I loved the protagonist, Hal, just something about her that was very believable and relatable. And I think this book, I mean, I think if you like gothic thrillers, there's a bit of an element of a gothic thriller in this as well, because the Westaway family estate, it's this gorgeous, huge house, like a mansion, I want to say, and yeah, sprawling acres of land and whatnot, and it's very gorgeous kind of to visualize. So yeah, there's something kind of gothic about it, and yeah, add in those mystery elements. It really adds to kind of the gothicness, that gothic nature of it. Yeah, because sometimes I was thinking of like Jane Eyre almost. You know, there were just segments that I was like, oh, this kind of reminds me of those spooky moments from Jane Eyre. So you guys, that is it for my review of Ruth Ware's The Death of Mrs. Westaway. In the comments below, have you read The Death of Mrs. Westaway? Did you love it? Did you hate it? If you hated it, that's okay. But yeah, let's have a conversation about it. If you have read it or if you plan on reading it, just let me know your thoughts down below. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you like this video, you may like these other videos. Bye guys.